We've all heard of computer hacking, but how often do you think of someone being able to hack into your car as you're driving along? With the future clearly headed in the direction of connected cars and autonomous cars, this exciting and innovative field, however, also brings with it a new and ever-growing threat, that of vehicle hacking. This is a real cybersecurity threat facing the automotive industry, but don't worry. That's where Enigmatos comes in. They've developed an innovative solution to protect existing and future cars from cyber hacking. And here to tell us more about it is Orit Fredkof, VP of Business Development at Enigmatos. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So let's jump right in and talk about the threat of vehicle hackings. How real of a threat is this?
So the threat is not only real, it's actually already here. And vehicles today are actually a complex networks of computers on the move. A vehicle has dozens of computers, small, very simple computers that control the different functionalities and are connected in a network. It's similar to the known IP network we know from the IT world, but it's very different and presents some challenges. And actually, vehicles today are already connected to the outside world. There are many, as a result of this connectivity, there are many actually attack vectors, meaning entry points where a hacker can enter the vehicle and actually control its functionality. Vehicles already have been hacked, luckily by researchers. So I guess many of us have heard about the famous Jeep Cherokee hacking by two researchers.
Well, for those who aren't familiar, maybe you can fill us in.
Okay, so in 2015, two researchers, Charlie Miller and Chris Valacek, have hacked a Cherokee Jeep. They actually got into the vehicle through the infotainment.
System, okay.
Through the infotainment system, and actually took a complete control of the vehicle and drove it off the road. It was also filmed by 60 Minutes and broadcasted, and actually, as a result of that, Chrysler had to recall 1.4 million vehicles. It cost them a lot of money, and the US Supreme Court also approved a case lawsuit against both Chrysler and Harman, who was the provider of the infotainment.
So a terrifying scenario. And why don't we talk a little bit about Enigmatos? What do you do to prevent this from happening?
So basically, we have a very interesting, innovative approach. We call it deep car identity profiling. We actually know that each vehicle is different, and we are the first to extract the vehicle's unique profile. We do it by analyzing all the traffic within the network of the vehicle, and we analyze the exact signature of every message on that network, every computer, and identify the vehicle's unique topology.
Kind of like a fingerprint.
Exactly like a fingerprint, and actually very similar to a DNA. Each vehicle has its own DNA. So we extract this DNA. It's not an assigned profile, like maybe you have a social security number that is assigned to you. No, it's like actually your blood or your DNA. So once we extract this DNA, we are able to identify and detect any trial to change that DNA. Maybe if a hacker wants to get into the car and attaches a hardware to a dongle or other kind of hardware to the network, we immediately detect it. We call it a frontline detection. If any hacker can take control of any of the computers and start sending commands that are illegal commands from that computer, we immediately detect it. So we protect the vehicle by analyzing its DNA and actually preventing any change to that DNA.
And I'm curious, where did the idea come from? Because obviously there's many ways to protect from cyber attacks. So why this particular angle?
So I guess it's a result of having such a diverse team on board. We have a team of AI, machine learning experts, obviously cyber experts. And our founders are serial entrepreneurs coming from the automotive world. So when you know the vehicle so well, you understand or you realize that in order to tackle such a challenging problem, you need to analyze the vehicle. And we take all this knowledge of our experts in order to provide this profile. Obviously, this team is headed also by retired Major General Ami Shafran, who was the head of the Israeli Signal Corps, who brings a lot of cyber and electronic warfare knowledge as well.
Okay. And I understand that recently you signed an agreement with Pelephone Car here in Israel. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what this agreement entails?
Yeah. So Pelephone is a prominent Israeli mobile operator. And obviously you can see all around the world that mobile operators want also their stake in the connected, in the future of the connected and autonomous vehicle. So Pelephone has launched a service, very successful service, that's called Pelephone Car. They provide Wi-Fi within the vehicle and in addition some telematics data to the user. And we were chosen to consult them on how to secure that service.
And I'm curious, what stage is the company in today? Where are you operating? Are you in cars already that are on the road?
So we are working obviously with Pelephone as our first customer. We are in different stages of POCs, proof of concepts and discussions with OEMs, with Tier 1 and Tier 2 suppliers of OEMs around the world. And we'll be launching with 2 fleets actually in Israel, and those fleets are local branches of international brands. So that's a very exciting time for us, and we believe that you'll hear more about Enigmatos very soon.
Great, and so ideally you want to be in every car in the future, right? Every car that's on the road, every future car, you want to be there protecting us drivers.
Yeah, not only future cars, as we mentioned. We mentioned the Chrysler hacking. There were also hacking by researchers to BMW cars in 2018, to Tesla. So we believe that already vehicles of today require protection, and we aim to be installed also in existing vehicles and obviously in future ones.
Wonderful. Orit, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you for having me here.